welcome to my channel. I promise that this time I'm going to be very realistic. I'm going to try to play not play the part, but I'm trying to blend my own persona with my feminine getup. Um, I'm going to still work on the voice, but I feel like I've been artificial still, and I'm going to work on that. So, whenever I do these videos, to be honest, um, I always feel self-aware, and it messes with my talking, and I really want to talk with you. So I, whenever I dress up, I look to see um, how well my hair looks, and if my skin looks okay, and I really do want to look the part. And what doesn't help is also the frankly, I'm looking at myself while I talk. So bear with me, okay? I want to say that doing this is like a respite. It's a break. That's why I do it on the weekends. This being Sunday, I had an awful experience yesterday, Saturday, and I'll talk about that. Um, I'm working on this look, um, and I hope it looks better. There's a sense of respect that I'm trying to earn. Um, I don't know. I haven't really gotten feedback, so I don't know if I'm doing it well or not. It always looks fake, and I see people I've mentioned before. I mean, like Mel Cross um, posting pictures and videos on Facebook, and all those female celebrities. And I don't want to take up the time in this video, but I just want to say that I admire them, and this is not a joke. I'm an artist. I've always been an artist, and I'm trying to do this well, and I promise I'll continue doing my voice. Um, Whenever I look in the mirror. Maybe it doesn't show up. I hope it doesn't show up on this video, but when I look in the mirror, I'm nearsighted. I have my glasses on, and my face looks now I guess my face looks kind of not crusted exactly, um, but it looks pasty, and I want that natural look. Maybe I was rushing it, putting on. I waited I tried to wait I think I waited the 5 minutes um, between the foundation and the makeup, the contouring. But maybe I'm just self-conscious. Um, that's why there's something called an IPL, basically laser hair removal. Um, I've seen them go for like $200, and right now I'm just climbing up from having my account balance in the negative, and to be honest, I have my credit card is maxed out, and now that I'm working again, I have paid off a few $100s. Um, that doesn't really cover. It's. I'll be honest. It's $8,000 credit balance, and or credit max, and right now I'm at 7,000 something or other. Um, so my priority. I have so many priorities. Um, I'm trying to pay that off, and and I'm trying to pay for food. I have rent, and something awful happened yesterday. I'm a very good driver. Um, I got into a car accident. I'm okay. My car is okay for the most part, but I'm worried that um, my insurance will go up. Um, I'm just worried. I still feel financially vulnerable. So that's that. But I would like. There are quite a few things I'd like. I I used to have a UFO collection, and I'm building that back up. Um, and I'm building it back book by book. Um, but I would like to get an IPL. It's one of those things you hold it in your hand, and you pass it along your skin. It's a home hair removal, um, but those things are costly. Um, and I went yesterday, Thursday afternoon. I finally went to see my physician for my 6 month checkup. It feels like more than 6 months. Lots happened, I guess. I want to feel comfortable when I'm talking here in these videos because I feel like I'm performing, and anyway, that's why I do. That's part of the reason why I delay. So okay, so I'll just try to ignore that. That's part of acting. I'll just pretend that I'm a woman. I'll just think that I'm a woman for this video and try to distract myself. Um, so yeah, so I weighed myself, and I've been self-conscious about my weight, of course, obviously, for this. Um, I've seen people, Mel Cross again, and some other female impersonators, and they look so good. Um, they're thin, uh, which helps. I mean, women tend to be thinner than men, and so I was about 206 pounds about 6 months ago, my last weigh-in, and my voice sounds very artificial. I hope not. Um, so this time it was 213 pounds. Um, I feel people, I can just imagine people turning off this video. Uh, but 213 pounds, and I went online and I searched to see how what's the normal weight, not the healthy weight, but I put in healthy weight. What's the healthy weight for a man my age, 48? I didn't put in 5'7", but it was about 200 pounds. Um, But there are other sites that said, there's another site that said obese. So I'm still in the obese range. Um, but for the time being, um, I, I know other women are obese too. So it's not, I hope nobody's going to clock me, at least for that. Um, so I think I'm relatively safe. Um, by the way, I'm wearing this outfit because I'm trying it out. I didn't feel like dressing up, and it's summer, and I felt if I could pull off this outfit, um, I could wear just about anything. Um, I don't want to overdress in case I go out. There's a thing in June. I don't know when in June, but there's a um, there's a drag show. I went to my first drag show, by the way. Um, it was somewhere in, it must have been February. I think it was February, yeah, because Valentine's Day was shortly afterwards, and it was my first one. And I think I've learned a lot. Every time I do this, I build up my skill in putting on my makeup. Um, I can show you there. I guess I still need to um, wipe this so it blends in better. Um, and my wig is moving a little bit, but I'm sorry if that destroys the illusion. And I've got my earrings. Um, I I thought about wearing this. Maybe I should go for something more stylish. I want to show off my cleavage because I think I do it pretty well, but I don't want to overdress, if you know what I mean. So that's it for that. Oh, I got my tights, my dance tights last week, and so I can put on my pantyhose. And there's a friend of mine who's finally, it seems like forever. We're working on special hip pants so that I could have that shape, um, with more feminine fit shape. Um, I do put a lot of energy into this, getting this right. I've been posting quite a bit on Facebook lately. Some thoughts, some personal thoughts. I mainly 30 years ago because my high school reunion, my 30-year high school reunion is coming up. And um, it was a kind of a sad time, to be honest. It was, um, I wanted to attract somebody's attention, and it's hot and cold, hot and cold. So things didn't really work out, but um, I I've been posting on Facebook about 92, 91, 92. It was such a nice time. It was um, my life was opening. This is where I really wanted to get real. Okay, um, I had my Boy Scouts. I was about to earn my Eagle Scout award, and you might know there was a blizzard of 92, which then led to a flood of 93. And so for my Eagle Scout project, I worked on cleaning up. There's a memorial where I live, and so I cleaned that up, and I was on my way to getting. I did get my Eagle Scout rank, and so I finished as an Eagle Scout, which I'm very proud of. Um, and swimming in my senior year, 94 spring. There's a high school pool, of course. Every high school has a pool, and I love swimming. Oh God, I really love swimming. Um, and so I think I was also swimming during the year is broken up into quarters. I think there were quarters, and one of those was swimming. And so I think I think that was the quarter when we were swimming, and it seems so odd, but it was so fun going back to participate. And they had the radio station. I can't remember what radio station it was. I think it was a rock station, and right there in the pool. And I felt like part of the group. You know, I in growing up in school, I just went to school. You know, I didn't really associate. I just figured it's not like I wasn't social. I mean, I was, but here my voice sounds artificial. I'm sorry. Um, I was social, but I didn't find any compatibility with um, with the others in my class. So I just kind of kept to myself and tried to not to get mocked or teased. And I figured I'm going to do my time, you know, until I graduate. And so, all right, so I'll take you back a little bit, okay? The first thing, or the earliest thing I can think of, I think of 92, and I guess it was the wind. No, I went to Israel. I went to Israel during that summer in July, and it was one of, like I said before, it was just between me and all of you. Um, July, it was my first time overseas, and I didn't think anybody would, any guy would, any boy, anybody else would find, that we would find some kind of companionship. I figured it would be like school, right? Um, I would just enjoy the trip and not really socialize with anybody else. Boy, was I different. Boy, was that different. Um, that was where I learned. I first heard we would be on a tour bus, and there were about 20 something, I don't know, 20 something people on the tour with us. I remember it was Academy 19, and most of them were from New York City, and we went all around Israel, and people would play songs. That's where I first heard no, it wasn't Forever Young. It was Hotel California, and I fell in love with that song. Oh boy, I fell in love with that song. Um, and I went home. Jumping ahead a little bit, I've got to tell you that I came home and I bought. I already had. I can't pull it out right now, but I have this large electronic organ and keyboard, and so I figured out. I bought a cassette. Sorry, I think my wig is kind of slipping there. Um, I bought a cassette of the song, and um, I figured out the notes pretty well. And then I ordered the sheet music. And when the sheet music came, guess what? I had been accurate. Every guess that I made was accurate except for one. And you know which one that was? That was um, that was the one key that was broken. So I guess I have a good ear for music. I want to talk about music later on this video. Um, and I haven't been breaking up my videos. Sorry, I've been lazy. I haven't been breaking up my videos into chapters. Um, it's laziness and not. I didn't get a feeling that many people were watching, so I kind of got lazy. But I'll do that for this time. Okay, so Israel trip, and it was such a fun. And it got to a point. It was only a month we were there, but by the time we left, I felt more close to them. I felt like I didn't know any other. It felt like I hadn't been anywhere else but with them in Israel, and that was so nice. And I kept in touch with them afterwards, but it was like when I came back, we came back August, there was August, so it was about another month until we would gear up. I would gear up for, let's see, 11th grade, and it felt kind of a letdown. I remember being sad, and I remember a few people, I felt like hugging and saying goodbye. I kept in touch with them, especially during college. I was going through a rough time because of that thing I was talking about before with this one person that was like hot and cold. And so I wanted to fill the void. And part of that was connecting with these ones from a couple years earlier. Um, so 92. um, and I remember there was a blizzard, and I met over the phone. Um, I met a ufologist, somebody who had a UFO collection as a library in a community college, and I felt a little bit opening, like UFOs was a personal interest of mine, and I only shared it with my mom. So this a little delight. It was a little fun. I had a few books, UFO books, um, and then, all right, in early '93, there would be two lectures at a prestigious college given by a famous author who wrote a couple of books on UFOs, and David Jacobs. And so I needed a ride. So this guy introduced me, or referred me to somebody who was going to, and we've become friends since. I haven't had a father figure in my life, so sometimes I think of him as kind of like a brother slash father figure for me, and we become close friends. Um, so, well, anyway, I don't want to bore you with all this. Suffice to say, I've become very real in posting my Facebook posts, and I also posted. I guess maybe I shouldn't get into that. Um, I was planning last week. I was planning for this time to mention some TV series ideas and some themes, but I don't want to prolong this video. So I think this is kind of more important. Um, so we'll just stick it for maybe another time. I did post on my Facebook some one post about that Madonna project, and I posted another what I would have done, and I posted a few others. Anyway, all right. TV series ideas. Okay. So here's what I guess I'll conclude with this. Um, so when I try to emulate, I'm trying to emulate like a natural woman, along with my voice, and I still look like a man when I look at myself, um, but I think I'm doing pretty good. Um, so I figured rather than because I was talking yesterday, this past yesterday in the day. Well, no, not yesterday. The day before at work, I the topic of personality types came up, and I had mentioned that I think I'm an ENFP, which means extroverted, intuition. Let me see, extroverted, intuition. Sorry, feeling and perceiving. And when I was thinking of getting dressed up for this video, I thought, you know, I I want to appear, when I come across dressed like this, I don't want to look fake. There are many, there are like more so-called like drag queens, ham it up, in my opinion. Um, and there are celebrity person. So there are drag queens that tend to ham it up, which I don't want to do. And there are celebrity impersonators. Now my voice sounds really artificial. Um, celebrities who are trying to emulate a certain real personality. So I don't know where to go. So I thought, well, they're women too. I know I'm an ENFP, and so I thought it would be a good role model to not only emulate women, but find ENFP women to emulate. So then that way I come across more naturally, and not only that, but that it would flow. Um, I wouldn't feel so artificial about this. So I thought it would also be kind of fun to mention the women that are ENFPs that I would try to emulate. Kelly Ripa, Taylor Swift, Jennifer Aniston, Kelly Clarkson, Keira Knightley, Meg Ryan, Janice Joplin, Sandra Bullock, I'm not surprised about that. Michelle Gellar, Sharon Stone, and Gwen Stefani. I am kind of surprised about Gwen Stefani, um, but I'm not surprised, kind of, I guess, about Taylor Swift. So I've done a little, Taylor Swift. I mentioned in an earlier poem, kind of like a song. That's what I've also been doing. Um, I've been listening to music more often. I've been, it, I guess I'm working up to being brave enough to post music, at least lyrics, maybe just poetry on Facebook. Um, and I want to work up to doing songs. Now, I posted an earlier video about what I've caught about song construction. Um, I think my voice becomes artificial when I go up. Just then, I'll work on that. Okay, so the normal song construction, you have perhaps an opening instrumental, and then you have like one or two stanzas, and then you have the chorus, and then you have another stanza. Now um, the melody in the stanzas and the melody in the chorus don't match. They're different melodies. Um, so it goes back and forth. It goes stanza, chorus, stanza, and then chorus, and then usually there's an instrumental, and then there could be like another instrumental, or that's where you kind of more experiment at the end. Um, you could have a repeat of the chorus, you could vary the words a little, so it's not as hard. My forte is movies, writing stories, but I want to get into music writing, and this Friday I'm looking forward to talking with my clothing stylist. Um, it's Fox and Hanger, and I'm gonna dress up as best I can. Well, anytime to get dressed up, um, and see what her reaction is, because I've been taking photographs and sending them to friends and so forth. And I wish I could get more publicity from this. But I see this as stepping stones. Maybe I'm not ready yet. If you believe in fate, maybe I'm just not ready. To be honest, um, I thought I was going to go to Hollywood. Um, that's what I also wrote about. The deeper, the sadder parts. On Facebook, that's what I also wrote about. I wrote about um, kind of a heartbreak, and I'm at 48. I'm going to be 49 in November, and I I don't know if I'll make a name for myself, and that was one of the things that really meant a lot to me. That um, at this point, really, I feel like I'm doing this until I die at some point. Like I'll keep trying. I mean, like I have a regular 9 to 5 job, or actually 8 to 4:30 job. But I want to perform. I want to. I want some career in the entertainment industry. Do you feel the same way? I've always felt like um, my life, my calling in life was um, was. I'll just ignore if I won't try to speak in a feminine voice. Um, my calling in life was, I think, to be a storyteller or writer or maybe music. Um, I felt it was kind of fun writing poetry. I mean, there was a girl that I felt, happy to be writing for, um, and try to attract her attention. Um, but that's my calling, and I feel like I've always impersonated. Um, Whenever I'm in another job that's outside of that, I put my I put this to the side, and sometimes I feel really sick about putting the storytelling to the side. Like it's really me inside, um, but I can't. I should be in a job where I can be able to to make that part of my identity because I, when somebody asks you, what do you do for a living? And I want to say, I've wanted to say that I'm a storyteller or I'm a writer or a movie writer. People have told me that I'm smart and artistic and I have all these talents, beautiful talents, but I haven't been able to make something of it. And that's why this is still a nice project. But I feel really unfulfilled. I felt unfulfilled for a long time. And so maybe going back to like Taylor Swift, I've heard that one of her gimmicks, one of her techniques is to dwell. What's the technique of every songwriter, I guess, to draw from your own emotions, your own heartbreaks, and she turned it into a fabulous career. And so I should be able to do the same. And so that's why I've been posting those things on Facebook. So I guess that's all that I wanted to say. I'll enjoy keeping dressed like this, and I get at some point I'll have to um, get undressed and go back to my male form, and because I need to do laundry because I won't have anything to wear tomorrow for the rest of the week at work. So I hope you're doing okay. Subscribe if you want to, and like this video if you want to, and especially please comment down below, and I want to post some photos at the end of this. So watch for that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.